Thank you, Madam Purita Manzano de la Cruz, for gracing this occasion. We remember all the good times that we had with you and how kind with you. And we practice some dances in your house. Please, Mr. Postman, who can see? So, I would like to take this occasion to present this award from the Solano South Central School, class of 1963, presented to Purita M. de la Cruz, to Mom with Love, for all your commitment and dedication. Ma'am?
I'm overwhelmed with joy for accepting this award you have given me today. Will I give my message now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Want me to hold that?
Allow me to address you, my students, because you were such to me 7 decades ago. Si kayo nagtati, anak ko, baby, kunak tinitedi, baby, kapayraing, baby. Our gathering today is very precious. It's a precious opportunity for us to reconnect, to reminisce, and to remind us the important lessons we learned in our life's journey. Actually, I just arrived this morning at 4:30 and I scribbled some notes because I might, forget what I'm thread of thought I want to convey to you. Akabawakum children. I'm hard of hearing and I could hardly figure your faces already because my eyes are blurred. But anyway, first of all, let us thank God for the gift of life that He has given us. And the gift of this chance of seeing you face to face after so many years of not seeing each other. My dear students, your spouses, our guests, Madam Eugene, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all. I was 18 years old. I'm short of 6 months to my 19th birthday when I was assigned as a teacher at Solano South Elementary School. I was a fresh graduate from Philippine Normal College and I went to school young. I was 5 years old when I went to school. So at 18, I was already a teacher. So since I was 18 years old, I worked hard to be where I am now. I met you, you were 12 years old. Innocent, bright-eyed, beautiful faces of boys and girls, eager to reinforce the knowledge you acquired through the grades. Let us reminisce the mentors you had through the grades. My co-teachers at Solano North Elementary School. Let me call their names, ha? Correct me if I miss anyone. Mrs. Marina Makadangdang.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Juana Galam.
Yes. Bonita, yes.
Mrs. Teresa Dumlao.
Yes.
Yes. Mrs. Consuelo Diego.
Yes.
Mrs. Juarez.
Yes.
Oh, Mrs. Guarin.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Miss Antonieta Lumitaw.
Yes.
Miss Virginia Miguel.
Yes.
Miss Florentina Gabina.
Yes.
Mrs. Pasuray.
Yeah.
Mr. Rubio.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Virginia Ventura. Maybe she came later. And our ever active
Jose Sada.
lady principal, Madam Josefina Lumicao, the mother of Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let us say say
Yeah,
1 minute
Madeira.
prayer for the repose of the
Ah.
soul of these mentors, my co-teachers. Imagine, I was 18, they were my lola already. Let us say 1 minute prayer for the repose of the soul of your mentors who have gone to the great beyond. May we bow our heads in prayer for 1 minute. Amen.
Amen.
I stand before you not to preach because you are more knowledgeable than I am. You are more of achievers than I am. And you have reached higher heights than I do. But on the other hand, I'm here to share to you some nuggets of wisdom which I learned as a retiree. I scribbled some notes because I might lose track of what I'm saying. Baka at the middle of a sentence, malipatak may bagbaga. So, first, home. If you have a place of your own in your name, where you can sleep, you can do your thing, you are good. Let me tell you a story. This is a true story of a colleague of mine. My age, she's 83 years old. She was a retired district supervisor. This happened last month, very recent. She called me one day saying, "Friend, at tungtung taman, masapul puti, I need a shoulder to cry on." So we met, we had coffee. And she told her story to me. Way back when she retired with her husband had a heart attack. So, the husband needed surgery, of which the savings, the bangkula kay hamaw manay. Iso nga, insaldana, the balayda, the bangko. That is past retirement na yan, ha? So, because the husband needed a lot of medication and care, she was not able to pay the amount needed for the time. And after 2 years, her husband passed away. Then, after another 2 years, the bank foreclosed her house and lot. She ran to her relatives for help, and there was this niece who works in London who came to her rescue. So this niece bought the house from the bank, and then there was a verbal agreement that she can stay in her house as long as she lives. And when she passes away, then the niece will take over. Unfortunately, that verbal agreement was not followed, because after 5 years, I think, or 10 years, her niece came home for good. And then she wanted the house where her family can live in. But this friend of mine said, but we had an agreement. But the niece did not honor that agreement. And so, the niece sued him to court, and there was a decision last January. There was a court decision handed down, and the sheriff came to, throw her away. He has an only son who is a med rep who lives in Isabela. And she was so depressed, she was crying, and she had to be displaced from Bayongbong to Cordon, Isabela, to live with her son. My point is, if you have a place of your own in your name, be it a bahay kubo, a regular house, it may not be a mansion, as long as you are at peace in that house, you are good, you are blessed. Amen?
Amen.
Number 2. Your health. When I retired, my diet changed. When I eat so much, here is Dr. Tommy, correct me if I'm wrong. If I eat so much at night, I can't sleep. Maybe my food is not being digested. And so, I changed my diet. I only take fruits, coffee, and bread in the morning. I have one big lunch, and I only eat Quaker oats and drink almond milk at night. And wow, it worked good for me. See, I can walk. My weight is 140 pounds. So, that diet, I recommend to my friends. I say, do this, do this. My big lunch consists of veggies. Salad nga kamote, dinding nga marunggay, alunay, and fish. And a little of protein 3 times a week. And I'm good. So, I hope you will follow my diet so that you will walk when you are my age. Number 3. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, friendship. When you grow older, when you are younger, you have a lot of friends, right? You go to social, magparty dito, birthday dito, ano dito. But as you grow older, friends die, or they move away, or they're sick. So, if you have a friend, a couple of friends, to whom you can tell your secrets, who knows your history, who is loyal to you, and who remembers you on your birthday, that's good enough. Be choosy with your friends. Do not choose friends who have human weaknesses like envy, jealousy, competition. Choose friends who are simple and humble. You will be happy with them and you will be safe with them. Having friendship is not a popularity contest. It's not a competition. As long as you have a few couple of friends, that's good. You're good. Number 4, your children. Children, not the ones who call you when they need money or talk about inheritance. There are children who are very kind to their parents, who take care of their parents, who call their parents if they are okay, who greet their parents during special occasions, and who check on the health of their parents. If you have children like that, like those, you are blessed. You are good. Next is money. Money changes meaning when you are retired. It's not about how much you have, but if you have money, enough to pay your bills, to pay your food, to pay your meds, enough not to beg to your children. Take note, do not beg from your children because they are also struggling to build a nest like you did when you were starting in life. Do not demand from your children allowances or what. You try your best to work because you are still strong at your age, at 75. You are still strong. You are still productive. So I hope you are kind enough to your children not to demand any financial aid from them. Money, having enough money for your maintenance is dignity. You maintain your dignity as a parent. Next is sensitivity. You know, when you grow older, you become very sensitive, di ba? Words that do not offend you when you were younger, it offends you now that you are older. Adalang may bagabasit di anak mo, naglukluksaw ka, makiapa ka, there is turmoil already. So, let us not poison the remaining years of our lives by piling sentiments in our heart. This is a saying that I like very much. Choosing peace over being right is wisdom, not weakness. Si tayo namin nga bakit, no, dati kaya tayo, pilit tayo lang tayo kaya tayo, di ba? Makiapa tayo latan, hantay makitungtungtungin. Just keep quiet. Choosing peace over being right is wisdom, not weakness. Okay? I think this is too much already. Let me close this by throwing a question to you. I heard this from a sermon of a priest way back. Are you a thermometer or a thermostat? A thermometer is an instrument for measuring the temperature. A thermostat is a device for regulating or controlling the temperature. Okay. If you are a thermometer, let us relate it to our persona. If you are a thermometer, you are constant. If it's cold, it's cold. If it's hot, it's hot. Han mo kaya't nasa balyan di sitwasyon. Pilit mo lang tayo kayat mo. Right? Yes. But if you are a thermostat, you can control the heat or the coldness of a situation. Mabalin mo ti let go, doon yaman din ang hit mo, mabilin mo nga anusan, doon yaman din aramid ka, tatlo adatital na kinkapya. Kadagiti, pamilya tayo, gagayim tayo, etc. and so forth and so on. So, in closing, let me throw this question to you. If you go back to your communities, will you be a thermometer or a thermostat? Thank you very much.
Muli, isang malakas na palakpakan po for Ma'am Eureka Dela Cruz. Thank you so much, ma'am.